Hello YouTube, it's Vilfa here. So I'm quickly taking this upload for a gentleman called Tyler, and he reached out to me about a month ago, basically asking me which is the better bike. Is it this bike? Let me turn it off. Is it this bike, the Street Fighter, or is it the Rocket, or the Rocket 3R? Yes, so this is the Rocket 3R, and what I like about this bike, look at the exhaust system on here. You've got 6 pieces which is welded together. Look at the weld on there, you can just about see it. It's done to perfection. The whole thing reminds me of a Superwoman ribcage. It's so beautiful. That's how beautiful it is. The only drawback is that it is on the quiet side. It's on the quiet side, but putting that aside, look at this bike. Just look at that bike. So Tyler, I understand why you're having issues of what bike you want to get, either Street Fighter or the Rocket. So this video is just dedicated for yourself, yeah, to make a decision on what bike you want. I do like the looks of this bike. It's such a wonderful bike. I'm going to show you the roads I normally use this bike for. I try to keep this bike away from the city. But yeah, back to the Ducati. If you're more into the sportier bike, then this is the bike you really need, or you should purchase. But then if you're into more of the cruiser style, then definitely purchase the Rocket 3R. So yeah, so it's going to be kind of, I can't say which is the better bike personally, because both of these bikes are absolutely beautiful. Both of these bikes I feel really comfortable. So Tyler, I'm not sure your height, I'm not sure your riding style or your riding pleasure, so it's going to be a really hard decision for yourself. Personally, I would just actually go out and take a test ride. If you haven't done so already, just take a test ride for both bikes, because they're both bike will really knock your socks off. So I'm going to show you some of the routes I go, normally where I go to. So which bike do I normally ride on a day-to-day basis? But I find that the Ducati is a nicer bike to ride when it's extremely hot than the Rocket 3R. The Rocket 3R, I mean, it's a 2.5 litre engine, you know, so it's going to be extremely hot in a way. And you're on my right side, my thighs is just literally getting cooked. So it's not really a comfortable bike to ride. With that said, I love the Rocket R, Rocket 3R riding in the winter or in springtime. Just such a lovely bike to ride. And then you've got this bike here, which to me is a kind of a really nice bike to ride. Just generally in summertime and, you know, springtime. Wintertime, definitely not. Not because it's winter, it's because of the cleaning you got to do all the time. So if you're just tuning in, this video is a kind of a special request for a gentleman named Tyler. he's been reaching out to me and asking questions about what is the better bike. And the better bike, I can't give you a better bike because both of these bikes are totally two different bikes. So it depends on your riding style, what you prefer. If you are a kind of a sportsman, sports bike sort of bike, then I would definitely say the Street Fighter is for you. But if you're more laid back, casual bike, or in between, I should say in between, then you could just go for the R. But if you're really laid back, then just go for the GT. The GT is a lovely bike. There's a nice little space there. Thank you. On the Street Fighter, the bike is slightly left forward. On this one here, is your legs. You're literally sitting on an armchair. But wherever you decide, this bike will make you smile. Every time you just sign on the throttle on here, it just makes you smile. It's a very forgiving bike as well. It's very easy to ride. It's a lovely bike to ride actually. These type of roads is really nice. It's not too bendy, so you don't have to worry too much on getting it too leant over. With the Street Fighter, well, you can just lean it as much as you can really. It urges you to lean it. And it accelerates. Look at it accelerate, look at it go. The brakes on both bikes, well, it just stops instantly. It's got Stylelemma's brake, both of them. So you're not going to have any problems with the braking department. And so once again, Tyler, it's really down to you really, because at the end of the day it's down to where you're riding it, how you're riding it, and if you've got roads like this, then both of the bikes are pretty good. The torque on the Rocket, it's just a mouthful of teeth. It's just so entertaining. You don't have cruise control on the Street Fighter, where on the Rocket you do. So I don't know if that's a bonus for you, Tyler, or not. To be quite honest, very rarely I actually use cruise control. So Tyler, if you're worried about the torque on this bike, it's not as torquey as the Rocket 3, but it's got some torque here. It's not going to be a torquey bike in a way. It's definitely not a KTM standard, but it definitely makes you smile. There's no two ways about that. It makes you smile. So this is not a comparison, by the way. It's just I'm just uploading a video of my two bikes, a special request from Tyler, who's asked for it. Just basically let him make the decision on what bike he wants. But this bike here, the Rocket R, is the most commented bike ever. You know, a lot of people just literally wind down the car window and just make a comment on it. As with the Street Fighter, you hardly get a comment on it at all. You get the guys who knows about bikes. The gears are silky smooth. I think I mentioned it on all my videos that the gear change on it is just literally like butter. You hardly feel a clunk on it. It tips in really nicely as well. It's like an old girl tipping in. And they accelerate really out with these big fat tyres. They just accelerate pretty quick. So the Rocket just love this type of road, or is it me just love this type of road? Either way, both the Rocket and the Street Fighter love these type of roads here. Oh, I just love the sound on this bike. This is here, it just pops from time to time. That's one thing you can't do on the Rocket so comfortably is filtering like that, which may be a bit of a disadvantage. It depends on, again, where you're riding it. So I hope you found this video useful. I hope you've made a decision on your bike. Don't forget to take a test ride on both bikes and make a decision then. You don't get much for these test rides. You don't get so much time really. Some dealership will let you have the bike for literally a day. It really depends on dealership. So, check you guys later. Bye for now. But damn, this feels good.